All right, all right, all right. All right. So first things first, let me go ahead and warp to warp to HQ. I guess I should have started broadcasting before, or once I got there. Make this a little bit more simpler. Uh, let me get moving over there real quick. I'm gonna start off with the basic DPS loadout. Uh, it's fairly simple. It will take a second to get the hang of. It's got which one is it again? It's got a couple of things you have to do that will eventually become routine. Uh, Let me go ahead and switch to it right now. Oh, wrong one. I'll switch to it here in a second when my timer's up and I get down here into these damn crash dummies. Uh, this is the right place, yeah. All right. Normally I'm on the villain side, so I get a little confused sometimes with Watchtower. All right, so on this DPS loadout, it's slightly different, as you can see. So first off, let's go over the moveset. Go into my traits. Let's go into loadout. So I have it set up with High Tide being my first move. High Tide is a move, as you see, it grants High Tide, allowing certain water abilities to gain additional effects. My next one I have in my second slot is Riptide. Pretty much, Riptide's your cooldown. It resets the last previous ability that was used. I use Bubble Shield because while in Bubble Shield, attacks have a chance to deal extra damage. Followed by Shark Frenzy, which is our hard-hitting instant crit when High Tide's activated. And then Aqua Lance, because Aqua Lance allows it so if pretty much if High Tide's activated, Aqua Lance becomes medium damage, high dot damage. And then we use Tsunami Strikes to cool down. It's also a very high hidden move, but also to cool down High Tide. So this is the rotation. It's quite simple. It's so first we're gonna activate High Tide. Then we hit Riptide, which resets High Tide. Boom! Come in with the Shark. Activate High Tide, bubble, come down, dot damage. Right? At this point, boom, and then we're gonna do one combo, then another combo because it takes two combos from Tsunade. Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? 1, boom. Riptide, Shark, High Tide, boom. It's a quite simple loadout. You can spam Shark in it as much as you want. It will effectively increase damage dramatically. The best thing to do though is to try to make sure that you pop your bubble before you start your High Tide combo, High Tide Riptide combo. The coolest thing about water is Riptide just resets a lot of moves, so it allows for a lot of versatility, a lot of different things that you can actually accomplish. For example, let me switch to Healer Roll real quick. So with on this loadout, let me go over the traits real quick. Quite simple loadout. So I have Solace of the Sea in my number one slot, followed by Riptide again, followed by Bubble. I then use Tempest Guard, and then I keep High Tide in there for Tempest Guard because what Tempest Guard does when you're in Healer Roll, it affects 7 people, prevent damage, and then at the end of it, if High Tide was activated when you cast it, it makes it so when that bubble explodes, it heals everyone. It's like a big burst heal. And then of course Bubble, it surrounds extra people. You know, instead of just dealing you can actually protect 3 people. But there's a trick. I'll show you that. I'll get to it. And for my supercharge, I use Tranquil Pool, when Eyesight is activated, the pool activates bubble on the whole group, on each group member. So I'm running a shield heal combo. It's quite insane. So your heal number won't be as big as, like, let's say you were running a nature because of all those small ticks. The fact of the matter is no one will lose health. When you're running it, nobody's going to lose health. They're going to gain so many shields are so active all the time that they're constantly gaining life back if they even take damage. And with that being said, you're preventing so much damage from being taken. Uh, pretty much, you're the perfect shield bearer for a tank. And if it's an earth tank, then you're going to do a lot better as well. All right, so first step, right? So first thing I do is I hit Solace Pool, Riptide it, fly up a little, hit Solace Pool again. Now everybody in the pool is getting double life from the pools. At which point I would hit Bubble. Now that's in the middle of combat. That's in the middle of combat. I'm gonna let everything cool down for a second. That's in the middle of combat. In the middle of before combat, what I normally do is right before we start. Hold on, let me wait for Bubble to cool down. Right before we start, I bubble, and then I Riptide, then I bubble again. Now I drop my first Solace Pool. Boom, and then give everybody the big break shield. You see what I'm saying? While that's lowering down. Just because this gives everybody a decent head start on protection, things like that. And then after that, we get back to boom, and then Solace, and then, of course, keeping your shields up. And the coolest thing about this build is you can actually be right next to the tank and not taking any damage. You can actually move onto the tank. Well, close enough. Like, let's say this person, Cold Hades, right here, I guess guest star appearance, is the tank. I can be about right here, drop that, Riptide it, move back towards my group, and then drop another heal on the rest of the group who are keeping, away from the tank for whatever AoEs and things like that. This is one of the only classes that can do that. And let's say I had my my supercharge ready, right? I could do this. I would normally pop my thing, hit my supercharge, and then hit Riptide, which Riptide, since you can't recharge the supercharge, it recharges the previous move that wasn't a supercharge. So you pop it, hit your supercharge, and then pop it again, and then hit your 7 group burst shield. Let me see. I have to show you for you to really get it. Let me power this up a little bit. Hold on. So I'm not trying to take up so much time. My next video, I'll get into a high level raid and actually show you how it's done. I actually did receive a couple of friends with, a couple of messages from people, and they would like me to come and heal it. But yeah, it's a very interesting build, and it's so versatile because there's so many ways to heal with it. If you actually go through your traits, this is just, I know this is a build nobody's used yet. I hope you guys enjoy. That'll be it. Next I'll show you it in action. Alright.